Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Naranam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayad Mudirahe Nasta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevya Bhagavate Uttamas Loke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Siemens Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 13, text number 34. The chapter is titled Nature, the Enjoyer and Consciousness. Yatha prakasayati eka krishnam lokam imam ravi kshetram kshetri tatha krishnam prakasayati bharata. Yatha prakasayati eka krishnam lokam imam ravi kshetram kshetri tatha krishnam prakasayati bharata. Yatha prakasayati eka krishnam lokam imam ravi kshetram kshetri tatha krishnam prakasayati bharata. Somebody like to chant? Okay.
Yatha prakashayatyeka krishnam lokamimam ravi kshetram kshetri tatha krishnam prakashayati bharata.
Synonyms: Yatha, as, prakasayati, illuminates, ekaha, one, kritsnam, the whole, lokam, universe, imam, this, ravihi, sun, kshetram, this body, kshetri, the soul, tatha, similarly, kritsnam, all, prakasayati, illuminates, bharata, O son of Bharata. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki Jai. O son of Bharata, as the sun alone illuminates all this universe, so does the living entity, one within the body, illuminates the entire body by consciousness. Purport. There are various theories regarding consciousness. Here in Bhagavad-Gita, the example of the sun and the sun sign is given. As the sun is situated in one place, but is illuminating the whole universe, so a small particle of spirit soul, although situated in the heart of this body, is illuminating the whole body by consciousness. Thus, consciousness is a proof of the presence of the soul, as sunshine or light is a proof of the presence of the sun. When the soul is present in the body, there is consciousness all over the body. And as soon as the soul has passed from the body, there is no more consciousness. This can be easily understood by any intelligent man. Therefore, consciousness is not a product of the combination of matter. It is a symptom of the living entity. The consciousness of the living entity, although qualitatively one with the Supreme Consciousness, is not supreme because the consciousness of one particular body does not share that of another body. The consciousness of the living entity, although qualitatively one with the Supreme Consciousness, is not supreme because the consciousness of one particular body does not share that of another body. But the super soul, which is situated in all bodies as a friend of the individual soul, is conscious of all bodies. That is the difference between supreme consciousness and individual consciousness. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurmitan Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manabhistam Stapitamena Bhutale Swamrupa Kadam Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sijita Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagarajata Sagana Raghunathabitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Paryana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhayo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Once again. Yata prakashyate eka krishnam lokam imam ravihi kshetram kshetri tatha krishnam prakasayati bharata. O son of Bharat, as the sun alone illuminates the entire universe, as the sun alone illuminates all this universe, so does the living entity, one within the body, illuminate the entire body by consciousness. Yeah. This takes us to the glimpse of the second chapter, which is a summary of the entire Bhagavad-Gita, which deals with Sankhya Yoga, the analytical study of the soul. So we see here in the 13th chapter, where Krishna is answering the 6 questions of Arjuna, right, about Prakriti, about Kshetra, Kshetragya, right, Jnana, Vijnana, and Geyam. Right. So that is explained quite in detail. And now we come to almost the end of this chapter. In this section, we see the vision of knowledge, where Lord is reflecting the vision of knowledge. And he's giving different analogies. Right. In the previous work, he gave the analogy of like the sky does not mix with anything, although it is all pervading. Right. Like the sky does not mix with anything, although it is all pervading. Similarly, the soul in Brahman vision does not mix with the matter. Right. Though it is situated in the body. Otherwise, the soul comes in the conditioned state, the soul comes under the influence of matter. It identifies itself with the body, right? It identifies itself with the body, and it, as a result, feels the pains and pleasures of the body, right? It feels the pains and pleasures of the body. The body feels hot. Body by itself does not feel hot, but when it is subjected to heat, suddenly the soul is identifying with the body, it is feeling the heat. When it is subjected to cold, freezing cold, it feels cold. Right. Otherwise, the soul by nature, nainam chindanti sasani, nainam dahati pavaka, nachanam klelyante ko, asoshyati maruta. Right. It cannot be cut by weapons. Sasani, nainam dahati pavaka, cannot be burned by fire. Right. Cannot be withered by the wind, cannot be moistened by water. That means we studied that in the second chapter. So like the sky does not mix, though it is all pervading, it does not mix with anything. Similarly, the soul in Brahman consciousness, Brahman vision, right? Where Brahman vision means it identifies that Brahma Satyaha, right? Aham Brahma Asmi, I am the spirit soul. It identifies itself that I am the spirit soul. When that identification is there, that purity is there, then it does not, in that Brahman vision, he sees the soul in each and every living entity. Brahma Bhuta Prasanatmana Sochati Nakangsati Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu. Right. Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu. This is the equal vision. Right. Vidhyavina Sampanna Brahmana Gabhihastine Suni Chaiva Sapakecha Pandita Samadarshina. It does not discriminate between Vidhyavina Sampanna, a Brahmana and a dog eater. This is the mythical vision. Right. So similarly, here, another analogy is given between the soul and the sun. Right. The sun, in its localized aspect, is in the sky. Right. And through sunshine, it is all pervading. The all pervasive aspect of the soul is sunshine. Similarly, the soul residing within a living entity's heart, it pervades the entire body through consciousness. It pervades the entire body through consciousness. And it knows every aspect of the body. It knows every aspect of the body, but not other body. And that's the difference between the individual consciousness and supreme consciousness. As supreme consciousness, super soul, it is pervading through all universes, and it can know about all bodies. As super soul, right, Chaitya Guru, it knows about what a person is thinking right now and what he is also going to think in the future under the influence of the modes of nature. Right? That's the super soul, supreme consciousness. So that's the difference between supreme consciousness and individual consciousness. But the individual consciousness is pervading throughout the body, right? And it's pervading throughout the body, that consciousness is pervading throughout the body because it has a soul. And as the soul leaves that body, consciousness is gone. Right? So, though we do not see the soul, we can experience the soul by the symptom of consciousness. Similarly, we do not see sugar mixed in milk, but we can experience that there is sugar in the milk by its symptom, sweetness. Right? We can experience. Right? There was a pastime where there was a lecture presentation given by Srila Prabhupada in at the reputed university in Boston. And right on the front bench, somebody is talking about this dress. that everything is one. Everything is one. Just like I'm wearing a dress and it's made of say cotton, and each and every segment of that cotton is one. Called it one. Right. And Srila Prabhupada, hearing the barrage of things which he was asking and the conclusion. Ultimately, it just um, held him. If you think that everything is one, then why are you wearing a shirt? Why are you not wearing a cotton wool? Right. The diversity of that shirt is given by higher consciousness by utilizing that cotton in shapes. If everything is one, you can just wear a cotton wool. Right. A globe of cotton. Why a shirt? So that diversity is there because of consciousness. Because of consciousness. The consciousness pervades through each bodies. And the soul has a higher intelligence. Right. By nature, it is qualitatively one with the Supreme Lord. The Lord is Satchid Ananda, full of eternality, full of knowledge, full of bliss. The soul is also full of eternality, knowledge, and bliss. But quantitatively different. It is infinitesimal. The super soul is infinite. The soul is minute. It can know what is happening in only one body, not about all the bodies. But super soul can do that because its supreme consciousness is higher nature. Right. So the example of the sun, localized aspect of the sun, in sun rays, the sun is pervading everywhere. If somebody sees the sun rays, it can immediately perceive that there is sun in the horizon, right? Because the sun rays are saying, but he is saying the all-pervasive aspect of the sun, not the localized aspect of the sun, which we are not capable of, right? We can perceive it from a distance, but we cannot experience it directly next to it because we'll get burnt. Right. So qualitatively one, the sun globe and the sun rays are qualitatively the same, quantitatively different. Quantitatively different. Right. Even when we see the temperatures of 45, 46, 47, 50, we suddenly start crying, oh, it's too hot, too hot, too hot. The entire world starts crying, too hot. So what to speak of trying to go near the sun globe. Right. Quantitatively different. So the all-pervasive aspect is the sun sign. The localized aspect is the sun globe. Right. Are there any questions or discussions on this subject matter? It reminds us of the second chapter of Bhagavad-Gita a lot, where it talks about soul, super soul, as like two birds. The Upanishad, the Shveta Upanishad, it talks about two birds sitting on the same tree. One bird doing the activity, other bird just witnessing. Similarly, the soul and super soul both reside in the living entity's heart. The soul doing the activities. In the conditioned state, it's doing material activities. right? Because it's identifying with the matter. Super soul is witnessing. Super soul is just witnessing that how the soul has come under the influence of the three modes of material nature, and how the soul, the activity of the soul is manifesting based on those influence of the three modes of material nature. Right. Okay, let's open up for discussions.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, all
Don't
glories
Ram,
to
that was
Srila
good.
Prabhupada.
Oh, glories to God.
Paramatma, is it a Paramatma is a Chaitya Guru?
Yeah,
That is the Chaitya Guru, Paramatma. Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's mentioned that when we are sincerely seeking, a spiritual master, the Chaitya Guru, in the form of super soul, knowing the soul's inclination, it guides us to a suitable guru. So the super soul is referred to as Chaitya Guru.
Paramatma guided to get the Guru, right?
Yeah,
Paramatma.
to a sincere seeker. Now, if we are looking for fame, or I want a guru which can increase my fame, no, the super soul knows our conditioned nature. It can see that how sincere we are internally, and it accordingly guides the soul. Tesam satatayuktanam bhajatam pritikurvakam dadamai buddhi yogam tam. Right? When we perform devotional service, the Lord from within imparts knowledge. Tesam satatayuktanam bhajatam pritikurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam. He provides intelligence from within so that we can know Him. So that we can know Him. Sarvasya chaham hridayasya sannivishtam mata smriti jnanam apahanam cha. Vedesya sarve aham eva vedya vedantakrit vid eva aham. He's sitting within each and everybody's heart. Right? From Him comes intelligence and from Him comes forgetfulness. He is the creator of the Vedas, and through the Vedas He has to be known. Ishvara sarva bhutani hridayasya arjuna tishati brahmayan sarva bhutanam yanta arudini maya. Right? Ishvara sarva bhutani is sitting within each and everybody's heart. And looking at the wanderings of the soul. Right? Yantra arudini maya. Right? Was sitting, was being guided like a machine. Yantra arudini maya. Right? The super soul guide looks at the wanderings of the soul. We're seated within, living entity's heart, just like a machine. Right? The machine is the one which carries out the activities. The soul is the one which carries out the activities, not the body.
He knows baat after baat who was my Gurudev. So in this life also he provided my previous Gurudev.
Yeah.
Right? That is, yeah.
And according to our sincerity, He will provide us.
Provided.
In the future also. It's mentioned the relationship, like okay, Brahmane Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jiva. After wandering through so many universes, that fortunate soul has come to the shelter of a spiritual master. Right? He gets the mercy of Guru and Krishna. So when the relationship is formed, that relationship continues even after this lifetime. Right? Even after this lifetime, the relationship continues. We see references of that in Bhagavad-Gita, where Gopakumar goes to various tournaments, meets his spiritual master in the spiritual realm as a more advanced servant of the Supreme Lord. Just like we have the gopis, and then the manjaris, the assistants of the gopis, and then the assistants of the manjaris. Right. And then there is a senior manjari or senior gopi which will guide other gopis, which will guide other manjaris. So similarly, a spiritual master takes a more advanced position of the servant of the Lord than the disciple. And even there he guides. Yeah.
I am thinking this life, how it is precious life. I got it. I got in a human life, I got my previous ages of my Guru Maharaj, this life. That I am thinking that is how important life this.
Yeah, that is very important. Human birth is rare.
Rare, yeah.
Right. Ahara nidra bhaya maithunam. Eating, sleeping, mating, and defining is common between human life and animal life. If I just think about those four things, I'm just like a four-legged animal or two-legged animal. Right. What differentiates me from that animal is intelligence to ask the questions, who am I? Why am I here? Right. To inquire about spiritual subject matters, that differentiates. Right. It has more advanced intelligence. Yeah, very good. Thank you. That was good. Anything else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Dandavata, Krishna Srila Prabhupada. Couple of questions, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now, typically we have this one body.
Yeah.
And there is one Atma. So one Atma occupies one body. And there is the Atma, one Atma with that body.
Mm-hmm.
Now we see that there are entities like Brahma and other entities and even common human beings where in one body but they'll have two heads, or like Siamese twins where they have actually two bodies which is joined at the waist. So one pair of legs, but they'll have four hands and two hearts and two heads. So in such situations where people have two heads but one body, there is only one Atma, correct? And in the other cases where they are joined at the waist, because the Atma and the Paramatma are both in the region of the heart.
Yeah.
So the people who have these two heads in one
Yeah.
body, like that, I forget the sisters' names, Abigail, and they are perfectly functioning
Yeah.
human beings, but they have different personalities, completely different personalities.
Mhm.
They look also different. So I was just trying to see, is it that they have two souls in that one body, like one Mataji soul and the
Yeah.
other Mataji soul, and then the Paramatma accompanying each? Or
Mhm.
how does that work? So that was one question, Prabhu, and then
Yeah.
I have a couple of other follow-ups.
So you gave an example of one is a person having multiple heads or some deformity or the other deformity. He has one soul. Like Ravan had 10 heads, had one soul.
Mhm.
With his 10 heads, that consciousness which he had developed as demonic consciousness, he was using it for his enjoyment, right?
Mhm.
With his 10 heads. So in that instance, there's one soul pervading his entire body, Ravan's body, or Brahma, okay, it's one soul. Or Brahma, Bhuvana, Loke, Puna, what you know. One soul which pervades, no, in our Lord Brahma, with 4 heads, or maybe other living entities, which we may see, who may have multiple heads. And then you gave an example of this, what is it, seismic twins, right? Siemens twins, Siemens twins, who have 2 bodies, but they're attached. So there are 2 hearts, and, 2 souls, but they're attached. They could be doing different activities. Not that one wants to do this activity, not that both have to do the same activities all the time. They ultimately realize their deformity. So they cannot act in a way where, okay, now I want to run while the other one wants to take rest. So there's some synchronization between them, which they adjust, right? But both can speak. Possibly both can speak. Both have different mouths to speak and different activities which they can perform, right? One may want to play Kartal, and the other may want to play Midanga. I'm just giving an example, but yes, there are 2 souls in those kind of situations. But ultimately, because of the limitation, they are forced to synchronize. Does that answer your question, Amitabu?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Is there any, Hare Krishna, is there any example, is there any body like that, two together
Yeah,
in
yeah,
human body?
yeah. Like the Siemens twins, which Amitabh Babu gave an example. There are people who are born like that. They are joined. Siamese. No, that's why these twins, which are called different kinds of twins. Siamese twins are born at the same time, but they're one part of the body is joined together.
They share the same organs.
Yeah,
Depends on how many, where they're joined.
yeah.
Or
Yeah,
also
depending
there
on
are,
where they are joined, yes.
there was that very famous case from Bengal. One young girl was born with 6 hands,
Yeah,
and they started worshipping her as
Durga.
incarnation of Durga. and she actually has 6 hands. Now, science is saying that this is some genetic problem.
Yeah.
And, whatever way you look at it. So these anomalies do happen. The other question, Prabhu, if anyone else has a question, they can ask. If not, then I'll ask my question.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
So, Prabhu, on the relationship what Dattatreya Prabhu had brought with the spiritual master. Now, somehow or the other in this life, for whatever we did, either because of some past punya, or maybe just, going through the cycle of 8.4 billion species, we finally come to the human life. We don't know. We don't know. And we are over here. Now, out of so many who are here, we somehow or the other got in contact with Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
And then, our journey starts where we get inspired by our Guru Maharaj. And then there is the process of initiation. Now, it also happens, Prabhu, that, there is the first initiation, which is a Nam Diksha. The second, which is the
Mantra Diksha.
The Brahman Mantra Diksha. And the third is, if possible, the Sannyas Diksha. Now, it can also happen that between these Dikshas, the previous spiritual master may leave his body. So if you have Nam Diksha, you could get it from the Diksha from another spiritual master.
Yeah.
So, and how does that relation work? Then you're eternally tied up with both the spiritual masters, or in case you've also taken Sannyas Diksha from a third. So you could have 3 different gurus, spiritual masters. And then you're eternally tied as you go through the journey of back to Godhead. And let's say you need several more lifetimes of going back to Godhead.
Yeah.
So is that relation?
Yeah, very good question. So ultimately, whoever gives the Nam Diksha, right, who connects us to the Supreme Lord, Sambandha, right, he is the spiritual master. Now, that does not mean that the other, the case which you mentioned, they are not the spiritual master, but they are taking that role of spiritual master as a service.
Got it.
To the main spiritual master.
Got it.
Similarly, the sannyas gurus are also taking the role that, okay, now the spiritual master is not present and I'm a senior god brother of the initiate. I will, on behalf of my spiritual master, I will give him sannyas. So they're taking that role. But
So the primary guru is the eternal.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
But I have in this connection, sorry, Prabhu, you go ahead. You can.
No. Go ahead. You go ahead.
In this connection, that is the spirituality. That is, I know that a spirituality provided by primary guru, but a spirituality can be provided by some other guru also, right?
Yeah. So, spirituality, spiritual consciousness can be provided by even Siksha gurus. And it's mentioned Diksha Guru and Siksha Guru are equal manifestation of the same Guru, Tattva. Right. One can have multiple Siksha Gurus, but one Diksha Guru. So the Diksha Guru connects us. Right. But we may get guidance, Abhideya. In the process of knowledge, we may get from multiple Siksha Gurus. right? But Diksha Guru, that's why it's mentioned. Diksha Guru is the one who connects, who establishes our relationship, sambandha, with the Supreme Lord. Is that all right? That's right, Prabhu?
Yeah. Anybody, any advanced Shiksha Guru can provide the
Guidance.
spirituality. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Prabhu, on the if does anyone else have a question, please you can go ahead, or I'll ask.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, always to Srila Prabhupada.
No problem.
So I had actually one question
Yeah.
about the Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru. So how do we, let's say if the Shiksha Guru is also capable of giving the Diksha,
Mhm.
and so how do we differentiate between, like, how do I come to know whether this Guru is only limited to, like, Shiksha Guru, or like do I have to go to someone else to give? Because even Shiksha Guru can give us that spiritual knowledge and get us
Yeah.
closer, right?
Good
So
question.
how do I differentiate between the Shiksha Guru and the Diksha Guru?
Good
Because
question.
both are connecting us to Krishna. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. The Diksha Guru can be a Shiksha Guru also. He can take a role of both Diksha and Shiksha. He is establishing our relationship with the Supreme Lord, and additionally he is teaching us the process of coming closer to the Supreme Lord. Right? So Diksha Guru can take a role of both Diksha and Shiksha Guru. But the Shiksha Guru can be many, as I mentioned. That Shiksha Guru could be the Diksha Guru, could be the temple president, could be a Bhakti Vriksha leader, could be another spiritual master, could be many. Right.
Yeah, Prabhuji. So I mean, how do we understand that which Guru is really connecting us to Krishna? Because Shiksha Guru is also going to do the same work of connecting, like, although he is capable of giving Diksha, like, I mean, or there could be some other spiritual master who is also like, and there could be multiple, right? There could be
Yeah.
multiple.
Yeah.
So how
So
do we
that's
decide?
where it's mentioned that, like, okay, we are reading Srila Prabhupada's books. He is our preeminent Shiksha Guru. We get attracted by somebody's kirtan. And we aspire more association and learn from him. Or, as you mentioned, we may get attracted to multiple gurus per se. Right? We may get attracted to multiple gurus per se. Now, while being attracted to multiple gurus per se, we will have some special attraction. When we are sincere, the Chaitya Guru, Super Soul within us, will guide us specially to one Guru from whom we want to take Diksha. Though all of them are capable to give Diksha, but especially we will like to take Diksha from one. Right.
Yeah, got it, Prabhuji. So the
Got it?
super, yeah, guide us.
Yeah, so we will hear, we may hear many spiritual masters lecture, and we'll be attracted to somebody would do a nice narrative classes, somebody would have nice, everybody has nice understanding, but each and everyone has a different flavor of explaining that understanding. Right. And we would be attracted to one of that flavors, right? We would be attracted to one of that flavors. So, no, I'm attracted to somebody who is very sharp in witty in question answer. I'm attracted to somebody who does wonderful kirtan and keeps everybody absorbed in Krishna consciousness by his narrative classes. I think others can put mute because somebody is snoring. Haribol.
I have another question actually in this regards.
Murtaza Babu, are you sitting or asking question from somewhere where somebody else next to you is snoring?
Yes, sorry. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
please.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. Right.
So, you are hearing. I can't.
Well, everybody is hearing, not only me.
Oh, sorry. How do you hear? I thought that you. Sorry for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Too snoring or
Yeah, my classes are very absorbing, so that somebody can fall asleep also. That's good.
It's a kind of a medicine, Madhupati Prabhu.
Huh?
People need to take medicine to fall asleep. So
Yeah.
your lecture is like a medicine.
Wonderful. Good. And you have a nice mantra to wake them up. Mahaprasada Govinde.
Already done.
It works, Prabhuji. Haribol.
Okay, go ahead.
The question is that after my Guru Maharaj passed away, then lot of sannyasis in our ISKCON, they are telling our God brothers and sisters, that is, don't worry, I will take care of you. Or we will take care of you.
Yeah.
So that means that a little clarification that I need to know about that. That is again that that take care of means that spiritually, Guru always take care of the disciples in spiritually. So spiritually they can take care, right?
Yeah. Well, they are guided through our eternal Guru. Through them, they provide us encouragement in our Krishna consciousness. Right. And that encouragement which they provide are inspired by our Guru. That's how inconceivably it works. I remember my god sister Satyapriya Mataji, disciple of she god sister, disciple of Bhakti Maharaj. When she took Brahman Diksha from my Guru Maharaj first of all mentioned that, hey, first of all, as a service to Bhakti Maharaj, I'm taking this role of giving you Brahman Diksha. As a service to Bhakti Maharaj, I'm taking this role of giving you Brahman Diksha. And then Mataji was revealing her mind in confidence that when she took that step and she got Brahman Diksha, Bhakti Maharaj came in her dreams of now that happily accepting that arrangement, which she took a step towards. Right. So our relationship with our Guru, when we are sincere followers of our Guru, Many times he will guide us, even though Vapu is not there, through his Vani, he will guide us in so many different ways. By looking at his photo, he will guide us. By sometimes, no, so we don't know what we should do. We will open up a book, he will guide us to the right page. Right, he will guide us through his God brothers in so many different ways. He will guide us, not only in this life, even after we leave, he will guide us. Right.
And they can save. They can save also, right? Save means in either materialistic spirituality or can materialistically. Gurudev save, so they also can save, right?
Yeah. Because they are empowered by the spiritual. Basically, they will be guided by your original spiritual master. Right? Since they're doing that as a service, they'll be guided.
Yeah.
Okay. So when many say that, oh, yeah, don't worry, so basically they are encouraging so that we don't, many times we feel that, oh, everything is now lost, everything is done, oh, we feel so much bereft. So that separation is natural, but so that we can come above that separation, right, and continue in our devotional service, they are encouraging us. That's why they tell that, oh, don't feel alone, don't feel lost. We are all there for you. Right. Yeah. So they're there. We have many who, right? Tamal Krishna Maharaj, Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, Sridhar Maharaj, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, many stalwart devotees have left us physically, but through Vani. More we take shelter of that Vani, more they will reciprocate. Right? More they will reciprocate. I remember Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj when he was leaving. The case of Bhakti Charu Maharaj was more sudden. Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, it happened over a period of time where we knew that slowly I'm going towards that particular point, where he would mention to his disciples that anytime you have any questions when I'm not around, you talk to my photo and I will provide inspiration from that. Right? Why do we worship the photo of the spiritual master? Daily, when we do our puja, like any offering or anything, any arti, we take permission from our spiritual master. Even before the offering, we wash the feet of our spiritual master. Before washing the feet of Supreme Lord, we wash the feet of the spiritual master. Etat padyam. Em Guruvaya Namaha. Right. So, more we are connected in that way. We always feel the presence. And suddenly we deviate from the path. We anger our spiritual master. The spiritual master can even give us signs by, like just like we see at times now, deities fall down, right? From our hands, or the spiritual master's photo fall down. Sometimes it's by accident, but sometimes it's also in anger. And we should get a clue from that. Right. Like we are seeing the deities and some flower falls down. Right. It's a pleasing sign of blessings from the deities. Right. Like Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. Right. Bhakti Vinod Thakur and Bhagavati Devi brought Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj to the cart of Lord Jagannath. Right. And suddenly the flower fell from Lord Jagannath's to the small boy. Until that time, the cart wouldn't move. After that, after seeing Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj inspiring him, started moving. So those are not just by chance some miracles have happened. No, those are now the reciprocation of the Lord with his devotees. Similarly, there's a reciprocation of the sincere disciple with his spiritual master. The sincere disciple always carries the orders, the instruction of his spiritual master within his heart. Is that all right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Madhupati Prabhu.
Yeah, Haribo.
Haribol. Yeah, so Prabhuji, that same thing could work for Srila Prabhupada also, right?
Yeah,
They can guide and give you instructions and whatever.
sure. Srila Prabhupada guides us.
Same way that your Diksha Guru gives you guidance and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
If they're not in presence, Prabhupada can guide us also, right?
Yeah. He guides eternality. Eternally, he will be a preeminent Shiksha Guru for each and every member of ISKCON.
Prabhu, the distinction is that Prabhupada will be the Siksha Guru, not Diksha Guru, because there's the deviation where people are taking initiation from Prabhupada's photos.
Yeah.
So that deviation is some concoction.
Yeah.
But the instructions can come from a variety, and on this Guru Tattva, I think there are some 20 or 26 different in nature gurus. So gurus, my understanding is someone who would do an instruction,
Yeah.
which will help us come closer to Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget all these different types of, but there are even animals from whom we learn. And
Yeah.
from Mother Nature also whom we learn. And as long as they're doing things which brings us closer to Krishna.
Yeah.
So on this Guru Tattva, the whole aspect, because we also learn, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra will always be in alignment.
Yeah.
Will always be in alignment. And then when we take the Diksha from a particular Guru, when we take that Diksha from, so actually, when I approached my spiritual master, His Holiness Radhanath Swami, for initiation, so he gave an instruction. He says initiation is a matter of formality. Whatever we do this yagya and then take the vows and that ceremony. So he's saying initiation is a formality. Real initiation begins when you surrender to the instruction of the spiritual master. So that is the actual initiation. Now, and you mentioned earlier, the more a person is surrendered, the more the instruction he gets and the more he's able to understand, the more he's able to follow those instructions. So if I remember right, Srila Prabhupada physically met Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj just a few handful times.
Yeah.
4 or 6 times or something, just so few. But his entire life, and Srila Prabhupada also was referring to the instructions of so many Vaishnavas, Sridhar Swami and Chakravarti, Vishwanath Chakravarti Maharaj, so many, Baldev, so many throughout his things. So I think that is a very encouraging note, because as you gave the instruction of Mataji, example of Mataji, a spiritual master can leave before we can complete our second or sannyas, whatever, doesn't matter. But the other person is a sadhu. And that's the basic quality, sadhu and shastra. So what instructions they give will never be deviating from the guru.
Yeah.
It'll all be in line. There won't be some new philosophy or concoction. So that was one my understanding on the Guru Tattva. The other thing is, Prabhu, is we were discussing about the soul and the Atma. And both are conscious. As you said, consciousness is the symptom of presence of soul.
Yeah.
And many nice examples which Prabhupada has put in his purport. Now we also understand, Prabhu, that the soul is like a spark of fire and has the same attribute of light and heat. Just the quantity is different. But the light and heat, actually, it gets this from the source only.
Yeah.
Correct? On its own, it is not Chaitya. It is not Chit.
Yeah.
It is, because it is part of Krishna.
Yeah.
It is Chit. Conscious. Correct? Now just look at it from a bodily point of view. Our human body has this heat inside it, 97 Fahrenheit or whatever. There is a heat which is being produced inside. Now, someone may say the heat is coming because the blood is moving about in the veins and arteries, and friction causes heat. And yes, but what's causing it to move?
Yeah.
If you're looking at gravity, blood is moving against gravity also. And you say the heart is pumping. What is actually making it do? So it is you can easily say that there is a living entity which is making all this happen. And the living entity can do it because of the Paramatma from the spirit, whom it is a part of. Now, the same heat, Prabhu, actually, you have these scanners, especially these night vision goggles. And all of us, living entities, have a kind of an aura around us. And when you wear this night vision goggle, it is actually infrared which is detecting the heat signature of any living entity. Of course, they use it in warfare and all that, things like that. But also we see in a spiritual sense that those who are very elevated, those who are pure souls,
Yeah, go ahead.
those who are pure souls are um, they like we see, our gurus and the sadhus, so many of them, even in our sangha, they have a type of a personality, some kind of a radiance, effulgence around them. And in the spiritual pictures, we also see a halo around these people's paintings and things like that. So this halo, or whatever that signature, one is a general signature that even a materialistic person would have. So I'm wondering if that signature, that heat signature, because it's coming from the soul only, would that be different for depending on the person's level of advancement in spirituality? I don't know, maybe like blue is the color of ignorance and yellow is the color of goodness. So would there be this color spectrum? Or I don't know, what is there anything in the Shastric reference?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about this blue, yellow kind of thing, but I know about the halo. The effulgence comes, as you mentioned, from spiritual consciousness. More spiritually a person is advanced, more effulgent he'll be. Right? He will have, just like now by Charan, we see there's somebody where Srila Prabhupada is walking in New York. Somebody is trying to come to rob Srila Prabhupada. And when he comes near Prabhupada, the effulgence around Prabhupada kind of is like so effulgent that he could not bear that rays coming. And he's blinded and he goes away. Right? So that, yes, that halo, that effulgence is there based on a person's spiritual advancement. So that effulgence comes from celibacy, brahmacharya. More he has conserved his virya, it comes from that. Right? More, because that's the stage is there. So we see somebody practicing celibacy, they will also have some kind of aura around them. The stage is there. Right? So that's the effulgence part of it. That ultimately, comes from the soul, spiritual consciousness which pervades. But now that soul more or less it identifies with the body, just like in the verse which we are discussing. It was mentioned that he's getting the vision of Brahman. The previous verse, like I was referring, just like the sky does not mix the soul, which is full Brahman. And with the Brahman vision, he does not mix with the body. It does not mix with the body means it does not identify with the body. With material vision, it identifies with the body. Right. Does that answer some of your question? Because yours was quite long, and I kind of lost it in between also. But means I think same something on the effulgence. That's what I would kind of mention about. No, means now you mentioned about this different color, blue with that. You see some.
Yeah.
Mostly with divine personalities or even saintly people will see that halo. With demonic personalities, you don't necessarily see that halo.
Mm.
They're covered with more and more of ignorance and passion. Yeah, more and more of
Yeah.
goodness. That halo is there. Is that all right?
Yeah, Prabhu. So I was just seeing if there was any Shastric references to this halo kind of a thing that we could learn a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, my understanding is in line with what you were saying. The more we spiritually advance,
yeah,
we get that stage, what you're saying. And the same thing about celibacy
yeah,
is there across several cultures, not just the Vedic culture.
yeah,
The stress on celibacy and how it, and just looking at, even you just look at all our advanced devotees, just looking at them only, there's a sense of calm
yeah,
you feel. Just looking at them, they're not even spoken.
yeah.
So that aura thing is, yeah.
Yeah, well, scriptural references are there where we'll talk about that aura. I can Tejas Vina Aham. But that aura basically means that Tejas Vina Aham that comes from the Supreme Lord. So one who is more connected to the Supreme Lord, like we see the four Kumaras going more connected to the Supreme Lord. They have such a tej around them.
Mm.
The child, celibate child. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, Prabhu.
Thank you. Hari Hari. Only
Hare Krishna.
8:23. But give a good example of that. Yes, as far as Shiksha is concerned, Srila Prabhupada is a preeminent Shiksha Guru. But at the same time, when Srila Prabhupada again and again in his books has mentioned for Diksha, take shelter of a living Guru. He
Yeah,
wanted all his disciples to become Gurus ultimately.
yeah,
Right? Take shelter of a Guru. So somebody concocting, they are going against the instruction of Srila Prabhupada.
yeah,
So then somebody concocting then cannot be considered as followers of Prabhupada. They may have Prabhupada's Vigraha, they may also chant and follow selectively what they like.
mm.
I like this teaching, that teaching, that teaching. But now, where is the mood of humility? Where is the mood of surrender? Where is the mood of menial service?
Mm.
When a spiritual master comes, you are menially serving the spiritual master. So here we are waiting that, okay, now this spiritual master is, I'm taking initiation only from a departed guru. So that menial service is not there anymore. then I follow the dictates of my mind because I'm not submissive to any authority. I'm now the disciple of Prabhupada. So what authority? No, I myself am an authority. That's the kind of feeling a person starts getting. But that's a wrong philosophy.
Jayadvaita Maharaj had given a very nice explanation on this. He says the importance of a living guru because initiation is a two-way street. We aspire from our guru and the guru accepts us.
Yeah.
The guru accepts you. So, those who go, and even in Prabhupada's time, there were this thing has always been there, the deviation.
Yeah.
So if someone says now that I want to take initiation from Prabhupada, that's what you want. But how do you know Prabhupada has accepted you? That's what Jayadvaita Maharaj said. Especially when he has given a very clear instruction that you take initiation from a living guru.
Yeah.
And whatever he appointed the GBCs, and then GBC appoints initiating whatever. That's based on what Prabhupada laid down. So how do you know you've been accepted? So you'll concoct that, yes, I've been accepted.
Yeah.
That's the risk. Yeah.
So that means that from the photograph or from the Prabhupada Murti, if anybody take the bow down and take the initiation from Prabhupada, that is not acceptable, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can bow down
Yeah.
and take instructions.
Yeah.
Right. The spiritual master is away, and and some situations where you're not able to reveal your heart to your spiritual master. You can reveal your heart to the Param Guru, Srila Prabhupada. And the relationship of a Param Guru, right? The relationship of a grandfather with a grandson is at times more closer than a father with a son. That does not mean that I just jump over my father and say, okay, now my grandfather himself is a father. No more father. Father is not needed. That's a deviation. Why? Because father is living and is disciplining me. He is pointing out faults in me which I don't want to hear.
So our right only to our Guru Maharaj. Then Guru Maharaj ka whatever he feel he can transfer us to the Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah.
Our all the rights go to our Guru Maharaj.
Because we have taken shelter
Yeah.
of a Diksha Guru. He, on behalf of the Guru Parampara, has accepted us. Right? So the moment I jump over my spiritual master, right, it's a deviation.
That means we cannot jump to Srila Prabhupada directly.
We can worship him, but in relationship with our spiritual master, if my spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada both are present, I worship my spiritual master.
in this regards, we are doing Guru Puja.
Yeah.
So during the Guru Puja, so come my Guru Maharaj, can I chant ka Guru Maharaj ka pranam mantra, first ka then ka Srila Prabhupada ka mantra, pranam mantra, then the
At home.
at home,
At home, yes.
yes, yeah,
Because
and side by side.
at home, our Guru Puja should be our Guru Maharaj, not of Srila Prabhupada.
Oh, Guru Puja should be my Guru Maharaj, not
Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah. At temple, we are doing Guru Puja of Srila Prabhupada because he is our founder Acharya. But at home, right, like, different spiritual master has a disciple meeting. So in the disciple meeting, when we gather, I'll give an example, just like my disciple meeting when I gather, even when I start my prayers, Namo Vishnu Padaya, like when we start Kirtan, we say, Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prestaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta, Swamin iti namine. Right, and then we chant Namaste Saraswati, and then Jai Shri Krishna, and then Hare Krishna. In temple, we may do that. But when you are even in your disciple meeting with your Guru Maharaj, like all the God brothers are gathered, the first mantra which you need to chant is your Guru mantra. Even in Kirtan. In that close assembly of your God brothers. Institutionally, like the Sansara Dava prayers, the Guru Vastakam prayers is for our Guru Maharaj. Then we go to Prabhupada.
Very good. It is. I didn't know that. That is, yes. Though we are doing with side by side, Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj picture, we keep it in a table.
Yeah.
No, it will not.
No,
Yes.
only one picture, our Guru Maharaj.
Only one picture for Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
No.
My in just last disciple meeting or sometime back, so monthly we have a disciple meeting with my Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj pointed out to somebody doing kirtan and he said, oh, in this kind of setting, you should be chanting first the Guru mantra. Not directly jumping to Prabhupada mantra.
Prabhu, but whatever worship that we're doing, it's always through your spiritual master.
Yes.
First, I mean, you may say it aloud or mentally. So even on the altar, I don't know about the temple altar, I'm not a Brahman Diksha, but my understanding is that even the home worship that you do, it is, so if I'm offering diya to Gaur Nitai ji, Nitai Navdeep Chandra ji, it goes through the Guru Parampara. I take permission of Guru Maharaj, and then, through Prabhupada, and then through the Parampara, then it begins. So we always, at least, I don't know if I'm doing it right, we take, that's what I've been, my understanding is, you take permission of your Guru, and then we offer it to the deities, whatever article of worship. So
that's right.
Whether it is done aloud or whether it is done mentally.
Yeah, but when we do it
depending
loud,
the setting.
What I'm saying is when we do it loud in our home setting, just like when we bow down, right? When we bow down to deities, whether it's at home or at the temple, the first mantra which you chant should be your Guru mantra.
Yeah.
Similarly, if I'm doing kirtan in my home, in front of an arti form, or while offering articles to home deities, I should be chanting my Guru Mantra loudly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Thanks, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Madhupati Prabhu.
Yes, Jayapati.
In the Bhagavatam, we also chant the Vaishnava mantra also, right? Vanchakalpatarubhasya Krupasindhu.
That's later on. Well, when we are bowing down, those who have taken Diksha, the first mantra is Guru Mantra. Then second mantra is Param Guru Mantra. Then when they do the entire sequence, then they can do Vanchakalpataru. But otherwise, no, minimal Guru Mantra. Those who are taken shelter of ISKCON, but not yet taken Diksha, when they bow down, the first mantra they chant is Prabhupada mantra. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestha Bhutala. When they bow down. Vancha Kalpataru you chant when you are offering obeisances to another Vaishnava. Not while bowing down.
When we enter the temple, we do Vanchakalpa also, right?
Yeah. So when we enter the temple, you are offering obeisances to other Vaishnavas.
Who are present there.
Yeah. Whoever is present there.
Right. Okay.
That's where you chant Vancha Kalpataru. But when you come in front of Prabhupada and you bow down, if you initiate the first mantra you chant is Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestha, and then your Guru Mantra, then Prabhupada Mantra. And same way with the deities. When you bow down, Guru Mantra, Prabhupada Mantra, but at least minimally the Guru Mantra. To each and every time you bow down to either Tulsi Maharani or to anybody, except the Vaishnavas. What is that? Somebody said?
Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. So I want to more clear. When every day we are doing our home, like every day we do Guru Puja.
Yeah.
So what we do all this last many years in the home. Actually, I'm talking when nobody is there, only me and Prabhu. We put the Srila Prabhupada picture and keep my Guru Maharaj's picture both separately on the table. And we always do Guru Pranam mantra and Guru Prabhupada mantra. Is it okay or?
Yeah, that's okay. But when you do Guru Puja, offer each and every article as offering an article to your Guru Maharaj.
So I don't need to keep Srila Prabhupada?
You can keep Srila Prabhupada there, but must offer each and every article first to your Guru Maharaj. Not as if but taking a permission to your Guru Maharaj to offer to Prabhupada, but you are doing Guru Puja at home of your Guru Maharaj.
Oh, okay, so just only Guru Maharaj.
Yeah,
then,
so the entire Guru Aarti which is there, which we chant in the temple, during Prabhupada Aarti, like Guru Puja or Prabhupada Puja, is for our Guru Maharaj.
So just Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Bhakti Charashami Niti Namine, that's it.
Yeah.
So I don't need to say, after then I have to say Prabhupada again or just no?
You can say, but if you don't, that's also all right.
So anyway, we should, because last all the years we keep both, I mean, Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada always. So
okay, that's okay. I mean, Srila Bhakti Charmaharaj like that. That means wherever speech is.
You are right. That's I feel. If I don't do that, my Guru Maharaj don't like it, and he will be more happy if I do also Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah, but do it in the mood, not that just like we are on the altar when we are doing worship. We take permission of our Guru Maharaj to take the article further. But when you are doing Guru Puja, you are not taking permission from your Guru Maharaj to do Guru Puja of Prabhupada. You are doing Guru Puja of your Guru Maharaj.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Right.
But in one sense, whatever is offered to your Guru, he always offers it up to the parampara.
Yeah,
There's
that's that.
nothing that he keeps for himself. So it automatically reaches when we are worshipping the Guru. It's automatically going up the chain. to
Yeah, it's going
Krishna's
up the
lotus
chain,
feet.
but he is accepting it on behalf
Correct.
of the parampara.
Correct.
All the worship is accepting it from the disciple on behalf of the parampara.
Correct.
But the worship should go to him.
Correct. Yeah.
Here,
Thanks.
here I have actually repeating this question actually. When we do the Guru Puja, we put the Srila Prabhupada and in the side take a Guru Maharaj. Then I am taking permission from Guru Maharaj to do the Arati. I am not allowed. Guru Maharaj will do the Srila Prabhupada Arati. So in that mood, can I do that? That Shamshara Davak, then Srila Prabhupada. Then after Srila Prabhupada Arati, I am bringing the Arati articles to offer to Guru Maharaj.
Well,
Can I?
yeah, so even in the temple setting, right? These are mentioned. When we are chanting Sansardava prayers, that Guru Vastakam prayers,
Yeah.
that's specifically for our Guru Maharaj. If we are disciples of Prabhupada, that's directly for Prabhupada. Otherwise, it is specifically for our Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
Then we are going to, after we end the Sansardava prayers, then we chant Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Then we Jai Shri Krishna. Then we Hare Krishna.
Oh.
Guru Vastak prayers is specifically for our Guru Maharaj.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Very nice. Very
You
nice.
don't know a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, to keep us synchronized in the temple, when we go to a temple at times, you see GBC guidelines or these, that, oh, okay, you do it for, you're doing it, that Sansardava is just for Prabhupada, this and that, but ultimately, it's a Guru Vastakam prayers is for our Guru Maharaj. Yeah. In the Kirtan reform, which Jayadatta Maharaj is putting together, it's very clear on that, okay, that Sansardava prayers. So he does not even, especially in Mangala Arati, he won't like somebody to begin with Namo Vishnu Padaya and then go to Sansardava prayers. The moment you do that Namo Vishnu Padaya to Prabhupada, that means you are offering the Sansardava prayers to Prabhupada. And your spiritual master is kind of jumped.
No, but Shankharadava, when we are singing Mangalarati time, we don't say Namo Vishnu Padaya. We always start by the Guru Vastakam.
Yeah, directly, but sometimes some people do that. But
is it? I don't know that.
Yeah.
Because you start with us when you told us from the...
Yeah, so Sansardava prayers we start.
You
so
start.
When we start with Sansardava prayers,
and then we do Srila Prabhupada.
It is done for our Guru Maharaj with that mood that, because see, each and every verse of that Sansardava prayers is connecting us, it's between us and Guru Maharaj. Sakshat Daritvena Samasta Sastra Yukta Tata Bhavyata Sadhi. Right. At times, Vyas Puja also, we glorify with those words our spiritual master.
Yeah.
So every day, if we are chanting, we are doing Guru Puja, then it should be done in that mode.
Okay, so I got it now. So from the when in the home when we do Guru Puja, only Guru Dev's Puja.
Yeah. And with that mood, that okay, now I'm, yeah. Like when we do the Bhoga offering, right? How do we do the Bhoga offering, right? Okay, 3 times chanting, but before that 3 times chanting, if we follow the process, it's like, Swagatam to Swagatam Em Guruvaya Namaha, Idam Asanam Em Guruvaya Namaha, Idam Achmanyam Em Guruvaya Namaha, Idam Argyam Em Guruvaya Namaha, Idam Paniyam Em Guruvaya Namaha. Then we are washing the feet of the Guru Maharaj. Etat Padyam Em Guruvaya Namaha. Right. So that's all done to our spiritual master first, before even simple offering goes. Why to our spiritual master? Because he takes that offering. Right. So similarly, the mantras, even the waking up mantras, the Brahmanas who chant, wake up the deities in the temple, they wake up the mantras. They, first of all, whom they wake up? The Guru Maharaj.
Guru Maharaj.
Right. Whom did they ask permission? Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, yeah. Yeah.
So in this case, I can keep Srila Prabhupada in the altar. Then
Yeah.
I can take out my Guru Maharaj picture in the table. Then I can do the Guru Maharaj puja.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, morning wake up also we say that Jaya Jaya Kripamaya Jagatero.
Jagatero Guru.
Jagatero na Sarva Jagatero Karan
Yeah.
Shubha
Shubha it is Guru Maharaj.
No.
Prabhu, it has to be taken separately out on the table, but on the altar only you can do the puja of your Guru Maharaj.
Well, Guru Maharaj can be taken out separately on the table. That's fine. No, it's a Guru Puja done specifically for the Guru.
That's we do separate table.
In the temple, it's a different thing, but at home, it can be done on a separate table. If somebody is doing Guru Puja every day, it can be done on separately on a table.
Yeah, we do last a whole year now.
Actually, these are strong instructions. Actually, in ISKCON, should write in a book or
No,
something.
they says
like
we don't
that.
know that.
I didn't know that.
Madhupati Prabhu told the disciple course because it was not beginning. Nowadays they have lot of these things
Yeah.
openly, but when we initiated at that time it was not strongly was like that, right, Prabhu?
Well, at that time, it was more strongly there that way. Lately, they would tone it down in a way where, because some spiritual master has fallen down. So sometimes somehow they have toned it down. Otherwise, initially it was the worship is of our spiritual, just like Guru Maharaj comes to our home and we offer, we wash his feet. What do we do when we offer offer Aarti? We do Guru Puja, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Prabhu, one humble suggestion, if we can have, like these practical things, some kind of a seminar or some kind of an education program.
Sure.
Where, together in the congregation, we can do these things. It's very helpful because different people, unknowingly are doing different things.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yes,
spirit
Prabhu.
is there to serve, but to do it systematically will be very helpful.
Yes, Prabhu. If it is in the Zoom, if that in the Zoom would be Prabhu, it will be very helpful. This is we do not know so many things, rules and regulation actually.
Yeah, in the house, deity worship, temple.
Yeah.
We did little bit in that etiquette course.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
more details for this aspect
Yeah,
of
sometime
Guru
in
worship,
September,
deity worship.
later September, I'm planning 2 weekends of disciple course. I can now link. When disciple course is more stressed on Prabhupada, but at the same time, this aspect of Guru should not be lost. Where
That will be great again if it will be connection in the Zoom.
Yeah, it will be on Zoom.
Yeah, it will be great actually.
How do we keep me? Murkha. Don't know anything.
Yeah.
It's already 9 o'clock, Prabhu. And
Jai,
but I have a question. Maybe I can ask you tomorrow or.
Yeah.
No, I'm very so
hungry.
No, I have honored my prasadam, Mataji. I have honored my prasadam. But yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow, Madhupati.
Okay. Vancha kalpataru
Vaishnavan ki jai.
Jai.
Mantra Srimad Bhagavad-Gita ki
Jai.
Jai.
Ki jai.
Jai.
Apne Gurudev.
Jai.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madhupati Prabhu.
Thank you, everybody. Hari Bol.
Hare
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 Krishna.
Krishna.